In the land of Freya, darkness spreads its wings. A corruption so deep, it poisons everything. But in the shadows, a group of heroes arise. Bound by courage,
Hello, pup.
they'll never compromise.
I didn't have any beer, I only had a bottle of red wine.
Through treacherous valleys and mountains high, they fight for justice, never questioning why. Their hearts ablaze, united they stand against the forces of evil hand in hand. Oh, hear the legends of our sacrifice. In the face of darkness, we will rise with valor. We'll take a stand. Defend us on Freya, we'll save the land.
Only partially ruined by people talking about beers and dogs, but there you go.
And wine.
Wine. Evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. Session 100, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. Only 3 years. It's only taken us 3 years, but we made it. Session 100. So yes, with me tonight, we have Conrad as Arno Jerkel.
Hello.
We have Michael as Starfall Eldon.
Happy 100!
We have Lecky as Bartholomew Pringle.
Ah, yeah. It's a century.
We have Marcus Lance.
I used to have hair when we started.
And we have Vic as Saren Sanguine.
Can I stab something this time?
Right, so we don't have the Brother Garden tonight. We may or may not. He may bounce on. He's currently on a train, so he may or may not bounce on. If he does, it may mess up the pictures, but well. But yeah, session 100. The party have sort of made their way through a few perilous traps. They've managed to get them get past the 2 shadow dragons, which was useful. They have now gone through the divining portal, I guess, or the divining pool, which has shown Barty basically where his brother is, which I still need to sort out for you, and also where Draken's body is. It has also informed them that there is a demon within the sarcophagus that they had originally, in the room they were originally in, and that Draken's body is no longer there. Tharaval has left the room and is making his way down the southern corridor and currently is looking east along some steps that lead up to a door in the eastern part of the dungeon, and there seems to be a corridor that also moves slightly north as well. So yeah, going from there, ladies and gents. Session 100, let's rock.
I'm pretty sure the last thing I did was perception on that corridor.
Yes, there's nothing you can say, and there's nothing in that corridor.
Okey-doke.
Nothing you can see.
Fine.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
And you are looking up the northern corridor. Whoosh.
Oh, I knew there was something. Oh, no, it's there. That's right. Let's do another perception up there.
Nothing that you're aware of.
Crap. Is in front of us is that a door?
Yes, a door.
I'm gonna spawn an echo and have a look around that corner.
Do you
Yes,
still
okay,
have
well-
your echo?
I'm
Is
not sure. I think it may have been cleared out somewhere. Oh no, there it is.
yeah, can you still got access to it? And that
Yep.
so that is so you've got Brother Gaddon's flaming axe, which is there, and then you've got
Oh
this,
no, that's the flaming axe.
yeah, so you've got this blue thing here, which I will no, no, no. Everybody have access.
Oh, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. So I pop around the wander around the corner.
Another
See,
door.
can I tag?
You see another door to the north.
Okay, can I see any? Is there a lock on it, or any sort of a lever or anything, or is it just?
Yeah, you see sort of it's like the other doors, it's sort of quite ornate, but there's a sort of kind of blue hue to it, where the lock is.
Okay. So I'll describe that back to the others as to what's down there. And then the door at the end of the corridor, what colour is it?
There's no color in that one.
Oh,
Okay. Terrible. Shall we check out the uncoloured door?
Yes.
colourless.
What's everybody else doing? Are they just staying back?
Stand the fuck back. Lessons learned.
Bit too much?
Okay.
Creep forward.
I'm
I
trying
think
to,
we've seen anything that you're going to see there.
The door is doesn't seem to be locked.
Can we? Oh, I was rolling perception to see if we could hear anything or see if any shadows or anything on the other side of it, or
Yeah, you sort of hear you hear some laughing, some sort of talking.
So, people in there. Do you want to burst in, or do we have a blue key that might fit the door to the north? Anyone?
I can't remember what we had.
I don't think we've got.
You do have a blue key. You got it from the chest with the shadow dragons.
If I remember rightly, we do possess a blue key.
Okay, so if a couple of you want to keep an eye on this door, and me and Thara will go north and check out that door as well,
Yeah.
then see if there's anyone behind that. And we'll go for the not accidentally starting a fight with 20 or 30 people option if we can, yeah?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Tharavol's really tempted to just bang the door and run.
Terrible. Please.
Arno's
Please.
actually gonna. Arno's gonna step forward, and he's going to use his ghostly gaze ability. Once per short rest as an action, I gain the ability to see through solid objects to a range of 30 feet.
Ooh.
He's gonna
Yes.
hold his hand up against the door and see 30 feet past that.
Which ensures all the female members of the party will now look at you very differently once every short rest.
Way.
So the male members will as well.
It's true. Hey, I made in Taiwan. I'm
So
fine.
you're doing that, and you're looking 30 feet in.
Yeah.
Do you have to be? Is it in a certain direction, or is it just 33?
No, it's 30 feet all directions.
Okay. And is it one object or multiple objects?
No, it's just full vision, as if I had dark vision.
I mean, as in, can you see through additional objects that are within that?
Yeah.
And all Clark Kent.
Damn it, you beat me to that joke.
Way.
Okay. So, what you see is in 30. Now, would you see past 30 feet if it's so? If
It's
you
been dark vision.
no,
so you
as in
would see
sort of like
past
if
that
there's
bit.
no obstructions, would you see past the 30 feet, or is it you can only see 30
Yeah.
feet? You can only see 30 feet.
No, it's through all solid objects, so I have 30-foot complete vision through everything.
Right.
So
So
what you're saying is that
Me
you
up
off
to,
30
yeah,
feet,
regardless.
there's clear an open room, yeah?
So
Yeah.
I mean, past the 30 feet, you
Stops.
it stops, so you can't see anything after 30 feet.
Stops.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So we could see through.
So you can basically
30 feet.
reveal a 30-foot radius
Semicircle.
Yeah.
semicircle from this door.
Okay.
Where
Let me.
Other limbs may be more difficult.
Okay. 30 feet will get you. So to there and to there. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right. That's.
nice. Okay, and
Dragon
as
Ball.
I probably spend 10 seconds looking around, and this is active for a minute, so everyone will just see me just say, "Wait a second," and I'll run round the corner, over up to the north door as well, and while it's still active, get some vision of
Okay.
this 30 feet from here.
The small one can run.
All right.
Yuri, you can
So-
fly.
So I will then sort of this vision sort of subsides, and I'll walk back to the others, and I will tell them what I've seen. So I'll say, to the north, there is a chest in what seems to be an empty room. But to the east, keep your voices down. There are multiple dragonborn. I could only see a little bit into the room, but I saw 4.
Very well. Let's adjourn to the northern room for the moment, shall we?
Like to stab something that sounds like rather a lot of somethings that need stabbing, and I am not down for that right now.
To the gentleman's room.
It's fine. I'll axe them nicely not to hurt you.
Neat trick, my halfling friend, Brother Gavin says.
You know, it's a good impression when they say who the impression is. Like, you've got to include the name in the quote every
Our
time.
viewers won't know that I'm taking control of Brother Gavin in this game, so.
Oh dear.
Now they do.
Okay,
Now they
so
do.
who has the key? Oh, it doesn't matter really. Who's going in?
I volunteer as tribute.
Should we detect some magic?
You step forward, and at the last second, you push Lance in.
Oh yeah. Hold on,
Is the door actually open at the moment? I'm trying to move my
I'm not-
echo and it's not working.
That's just a wee perception check on that side of the door. See if there's any noise or.
Don't hear anything.
No shadows or anything under the door.
No shadows.
Can we? We're comfortable.
Why are you
spending-
using that voice, DM?
We're comfortable burning 10 minutes so I can cast detect magic as a ritual.
That again?
I was just asking the other guys if we're all right burning 10 minutes so I can cast detect magic as a
Yeah.
ritual.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I'll get out my my secret blend of herbs and spices. And
Saren, just standing down there in the corridor on her own.
Anna will say, if we're using this
God damn it.
time, be aware if those Dragonborn come out. We may have that 10 minutes interrupted.
Which is why we'll keep an eye on things.
Would you like me to stand sentry down here?
I could just cast the spell. Although
As I say in Belfast, keep
I'm
deck.
feeling rather cheap. Should I expedite this?
Do it.
Yeah, it's
Do it
fine.
the way
You
that's-
can just sort of
yeah.
do your detect magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the
So
10 minutes.
the presence of magic within 30 feet. If it's an item, I know which item it is, and the school of magic. Is given.
There is
It's an
no-
aura somehow. So
There is. So what is it? Is it you're detecting magic?
Said if it's a detect magic, and
Yeah.
it's an item.
I
a
can sense magic, and then if it's
you can sort of there's something magical within the chest
And what's
of the
called?
room.
do you know what school of magic it is?
No idea. I don't know. I don't. It's.
Well, LeBron.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
There is magic within the chest. It feels like some sort of object, would you say?
Yeah, it's an object.
We should be cautious, but I think we should be safe.
Okay. Farival takes out the blue key and opens the door.
Asma, nice session. Keep going. Cheers, dude. Thank you. So you open the door, and you walk in. You've got a sort of what looks like an old storeroom with a chest sort of sitting central within the center of it.
And I'm just going to do perception for traps and things. Anything you sort of notice about the room?
You don't, but there's something odd about the chest.
Mimic! Is it bad? I just want to shoot an arrow at the chest to see what it does.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would be full hat.
If it's a chest, like, what's the worst? You lose an arrow.
I shake my head and I stride my echo forward if the door was open. If the door was open,
Sorry, yeah. if the door was open.
I say again.
No, no, no.
I say DM.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those shows on stage where it's like
Yeah.
Bottom Live or something like that.
So I ask if the door's open and stamp 3 times.
Yeah, I need to.
Hark! Is that my lover over there? Hark!
Right, you should now be able to go through the door.
so I'm going to walk up and I am going to tap the chest brusquely with my staff.
As you do, you guessed it. A mimic lunges forward and attacks you. Attacks your echo.
Well, so I'm assuming it gets an attack in before I can
Yeah.
respond and before we start with anything.
What's
So
your? Do you have an AC?
yeah, 1 sec. I've just got
His
another-
own AC. So I think
No,
it's
it's
your own
not.
AC, and then wasn't it?
Yeah, just
No, it has an AC plus my
Modifier.
modifier. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what the base one is.
Yeah, it's there. Your thing is no longer there.
Okay.
There you go.
It then sort of kind of as you go on, it sort of transforms back into the
Unfortunately,
Yes.
everyone was watching at the time, so this is not going to work a second time, I suspect. I swear a little bit and say, well, I guess it's going to be one of those days then.
Shall we close this door and leave?
Nah, I don't like leaving things behind me that might literally bite me in the arse.
I don't see able to open this door.
there is something magical still within the creature.
Yeah.
It may be worth fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
Kill it! Kill it with fire! Fireball!
Loot that buddy.
Gannon?
loot that body. Loot that body.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
You see, this is where Gadden would be doing a soundboard, and
Yes,
yeah.
yes, he would.
just all your fault.
In my experience, we should let evil lie where it is and leave it undisturbed.
That was really good. That was really good.
In my experience, if you leave evil laying around, then you end up with sore back.
All right. Are we gonna kill this thing?
Yes.
Yes. Release the trinkets.
Okay.
Wait, do you want me up there, or do you want me to stay standing sentry where I am?
Can we all
Keep-
prepare an attack from this hallway then?
Yeah, you might as well do what you're going to do, and then it's sort of it's only seen the echo and stuff, so it's sort of gone back into its form, so it's not really aware of your presence or.
Which means I get surprise attack. Whoa.
Okay. Well, I guess we're letting Tharivol have the first shot. See what's left.
Can we not all shoot at the same time?
The poor thing just
Yeah.
ended up
So
with a
are we?
pinprick.
Are we? I take it we're just gonna take it in turns to have an attack, and then it'll go to
Initiative.
whatchamacallit? Initiative. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Right. So I'm gonna
Surprise!
use sharpshooter, which I don't really need. Attacking at long range imposes disadvantage in range. Range better, and now have cover before we make an attack. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I don't need to do that. Assassinate. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. Steady aim. Give yourselves an advantage on your next attack roll on current turn. Use this action only if you haven't moved during this turn, and after you use the bonus action, your speed is 0. So sneak attack, dread ambusher, hunter's mark, sharpshooter. I don't need.
Wonder if you can one shot a mimic.
One.
Let's try.
A lot of dice.
So it's
Of all
plus,
the
with
stats
advantage.
brilliant.
So it's
Only
23 plus 9 plus. It's a hit, so they're crits. So it means I get to roll all the damage dice again, which is
This is
And
going to
I've
be
s-
ridiculous, isn't it?
so it's
5d6 sneak attack, 1d8 dread ambusher, and 1d6 for hunter's mark.
right. So what was that
And
again?
that's
Read it out.
So for the top one, it's 5d6 sneak attack,
So 5d6,
1d8 for dread ambusher,
1d8,
1d6 for hunter's mark,
1d6.
Dead. It's dead.
Well done, Darvel.
You can describe killing the permimic.
Upon seeing the mimic pop up and kill our friendly Echo, Tharaval takes a sort of large stance, sort of step back and stance, and he draws his bow, really aiming right down the keyhole of the chest, and he just lets it fly. The arrow just slots perfectly into the chest, and it's almost like it just hits it and it just deflates.
Yeah, you get a massive sort of the lid sort of kind of comes up, the teeth come out, it roars, and then just sort of its massive sort of barbed tongue lolls out, and sort of kind of this sort of starts sort of twitching on the ground, as it sort of it goes into its death throat. As it does, it sort of it vomits up some bits and pieces, a bit of gold, and it's sort of two objects sort of kind of get thrown out of its mouth as well.
With a low grumbling chuckle, I point out, I turn to Tharavel and say, I think it was good for him.
Just in case. Double tap.
Do you get advantage on that?
Yes, because I'm still standing. It's still using sharpshooter.
And it's incapacitated, so it's automatic.
Okay, yeah. So it sort of, yeah, it does that sort of bit of a quiver, and then sort of its tongue sort of stops.
Just making sure it's dead.
That one was for Thomas, right?
That was for the echo. Okay.
Okay.
Vengeance.
Yeah. So there's a couple of objects sort of just in and around where the sort of the mimic was.
Tharival steps forward and picks them up.
Roll me perception.
Oh crap.
Yep. And roll me a dexterity.
Save.
Yeah, dex save.
Is a dex to save, or is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
might
basically
bring
what's
it up.
happened, it's sort of tongues lashing out at you for its final sort of hurrah, so that...
Still not dead.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. Do I get advantage on dex saves? I think I do. Where is it? No. Uncanny dodge. No, where is it? Evasion. I think that's it, maybe. When you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, take it only half damage. You instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, only half damage if you fail. I don't know why I thought I had advantage on. Maybe it's something that I'm wearing. Nothing I can think of, but yeah, go ahead.
It. So what I was going to do, I saw this thing on TikTok where you get hit by a mimic and it gives you a curse, and it means everything you touch becomes a mimic if you get cursed by it and stuff. I think that might have been a bit too OTT if you're going around and everything he's touching is turning it into a mimic. But no, it's fine. You sort of dodge out of the way as its tongue sort of it flails. Had you got like a really low one, I probably would have done it, but that's fine. It sort of it strikes out again, and sort of you dodge out of the way, and then it just lolls back.
The annoying thing was I was actually tempted in doing my third and final shot. I did the double tap just for shits and gigs, but I didn't actually think it was still alive.
Okay, so there's two objects in front of you. One is a square sort of rune, like the other ones you've seen. It's purple rune. You also have like an amulet, like quite an ornate looking amulet. Lance and Tharival, you can give me a history check on it. I guess Barty, you might. You're not sure what it is. Barty, I guess you can sort of give me a.
Barty weighing in.
Yeah, see if he can sort of.
He's coming in with some OG knowledge.
Oh,
the world stops. He's seen this moment before. This morning he had a little flash of deja vu and he thought, I'd know that. I'd be certain I'd know that. And the 1 turns into a 17 as I expend a portent die.
Boo. Boo.
Divination.
In both directions is pretty good.
It was just the commentary as you were rolling the dice, and it was just like red, green. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
You're all the way around.
The amulet is a it's a magical item that is used to control what are they called? Oh god, what are they called?
Guardian.
Right,
Yeah.
fucking statue.
So like, you know, when
Like the one that Thomas had.
like the one that Thomas had. So you find one that is able to sort of control a guardian. So it sort of rings a bell once he sort of starts talking to you about it. You're like, that sounds familiar. Because
Now we need to do is find the Guardian.
Tharival snaps and says, "Gimme!" No.
Barty,
You
look
don't
after
even
them.
know.
Yeah.
Is.
I think Barty should have it.
Thank you. Such a treasure.
Don't break it.
Give you a pretty little necklace.
I shall study it. Is it
If you
is it in
pull it
like the
apart,
shape
you'll
of
paint.
anything? Is it just
It's just a circular with a it's got some runes on it, which are probably adhere to whatever creature it's helps control. But yeah,
play?
it's
Was it a blue rune that was alongside it? Or am I getting mixed
purple
up with
purple
these now?
rune,
Purple.
square purple rune. Yeah.
Square purple rune.
Purple
Purple
rune.
rune.
It's the if you look at
Runing.
if you look at the one on the top in the old room that you were in, it's the left hand side purple rune. What runes have you got so far, by the way, at the minute?
We've got the purple.
I really hope somebody's been taking notes in this because I have not.
No, I have not, to be fair.
Awesome,
Uh,
that's great. You
well,
got
no,
you've got green
We've got
one.
the purple. We've got the square purple rune. I've made a note that we've got another purple rune. So is that the round purple?
So you've got the round. Yes, you've got the one on the right and the one on the left. Then so you've got two purples. Let me just check where
And
you've
then we've got
been.
green.
Oh, sorry.
I've made,
Right, yeah.
I've made a note, but I've just
Green.
done it like.
I've got
pro-
green circle and runes, green circle and purple circle.
Yeah, so you've got great. You've got the So you've got a green. You've got the two purple runes from the top room. You have a green one from the top room, which is the top, sort of the top right one. You have. Let me just see. Anything else that you have?
If we pick up a red one, have I imagined that?
No, you
I
haven't.
don't
think
You had a
we've got
key.
red
You got a
ones.
red key. I
Red
don't
key.
Yeah, you haven't picked up a red one.
Cool.
Right. Yeah. So you've got those. Somebody keep note of those.
So I've got green
I've-
circle,
I've
purple circle,
amended-
purple
yeah.
square.
I've amended my notes to actually be a useful list rather than just like we found a red rune in a room.
Wait,
Six
just so
sessions
because
ago.
the ones, sorry, the square, the runes at the top are technically square. They just got different sort of things on them. They're square rune with the green
the
symbol,
circle pictograms
different
sort of.
symbols in them.
Yeah.
You've got a green rune which is circular. And it
So,
looks,
right.
it's got like the target symbol in it. Remember, so it's got
Oh
Okay.
yeah, from the
So-
portal
so-
room.
See, from the actual room where the runes are, so we've got the left and right purple one. We've got the bottom left green one. Or the top right green
you've got
one.
the bottom left green,
Okay, so that.
and you've got another one which doesn't relate to them, which is basically a circle within a circle, like with a circle with a dot in the middle, effectively.
Is that what color is that one?
Let me just check. That's green. Yeah, green.
Yeah.
So that's the one I've got a note of. Circle.
Did we see that rune as well knocking about on the map, or is it just
You haven't seen that one
the
yet.
description? Yeah,
Haven't seen
cool.
Okay.
That'll be past the Dragon Factory.
Dragon Factory.
Dragon Factory.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually, bear with one.
His map is so huge.
It's,
And what was the other thing that we found in?
It's technically a mega
here?
dungeon, so bear with me 1 minute. Let me just find.
Would have been nice if maybe split this map into 4, so it was.
No,
better loading time.
Siege in all its majesty.
Yeah.
Force
So
gave it to
it's a
him.
runic. It's a
Fucking
runic.
angry
It's a
balls.
runic shield guardian. That's what you've got a thing for, a runic shield guardian.
Is that what the amulet is for? Sorry.
Yes.
Runic Shield. Guardian. Deck.
Okay. What are you doing now?
Ooh, do we need to attune to the amulet?
How long does attunement need?
Is it 30 minutes?
An hour.
Yeah,
An
I-
hour.
An hour.
I'll say yes, but I don't think it's going to be a. It's going to be not going to be an issue.
How long does a short rest take?
An hour.
How about if we take a short break, short rest now, before we have to worry about running into something that will fight
That's
back
probably
by-
not a bad idea.
I was going to say, does anyone need to? But
I don't know if I'm comfortable with just leaving them there. They might interrupt us anyway.
It is a whole hour. I could
Listen,
I have no
cast.
reason to.
I have
I could cast
I
a tiny
have-
hut.
And while
I
resting,
have-
I can stand guard.
or we just kill them now. I have a cunning plan.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
going to
dear.
suggest we all climb into your
What
room.
does Brother Gadden say?
He says, "Tell us more, halfling."
Oh, he's very agreeable today.
And how does Anna respond?
Anna says, "Well, I have in mind of springing a little trap for these dragonborn. If you would all
Kinky.
assist,
That
I
would
have a
depend on
means
what we
of
need to do.
placing an invisible trap. My idea is I run to the end of the long corridor with the stairs. I throw a couple of blasts at the door that they'll open. They'll see me, run out to meet me, walk through the trap, become more aggravated, and chase me, to which I will go back into the portal room, and as soon as they are past the passage in which we are now, you all charge them from behind. Just don't make the mistake of stepping on my trap." And he says it will be 20 feet from the door. Basically, from the door to the top of the last stairs in that hallway.
Why don't you do it at the junction of the main hallway and the hallway to the north where we're in? So it means we can flank them.
Sorry, can you point on the map where you're talking about?
Just south of where Saren is.
Yeah.
Well,
so
because
here.
then you will not be able to walk through and flank them, because you will have to walk across the trap and get hurt yourself.
If we put, how about if you put it at the bottom of the stairs in that zone there where the corridor flares? Because
Well,
then we'll be attacking them from above as well.
Thing is, if we're having to try and attack them from behind, if they've gone through the trap, we're gonna have to go over the trap anyway.
My idea is to put it here. So they will come out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So they will come out this way, walk through the trap, see me, chase me down this way. And then you will come down as soon as you see them pass by you and flank them from behind, and we'll wedge them in. And if I get into trouble, I'll just turn invisible.
Saren, give me a perception check.
Should we have more than one with not just you on your own? Just means if we sort of split the party, we've got some attacking from the
Okay,
front.
I'm
some
using the
attacking
app, so
Yep, nice.
You as you're sort of kind of handling at the end of the corridor, you hear the door open.
oh crap.
Oh, you're no fun. You always
Everybody
want my
inside,
cunning plans.
inside the carcass. We must hide.
I am stepping back considerably away from the edge because I don't want to get seen, but I also need to keep an eye on what the hell's going on. So I'm gonna go.
Laravel's sort of grabbing the tongue of the mimic and waving it about, kind of like Jabba the Hutt when he was getting choked.
I had an image
door-
of like
the door
war
has
in life.
opened. The door has opened.
Door of opportunity.
Get in this room.
Okay, so you're all getting in there. Are you all going into the room?
I don't like the way he's laughing about that.
Saren, are you staying put? What's happening?
Are we all to go in the
Echo.
room?
If you pull back, Saren, I'm going to
Right.
put my echo at the corner to keep an eye on things,
Okay.
and then I'm going to step up myself.
Why don't we? I mean, bar the trap. Why don't we sort of use Barty's plan now? Basically, if we run out and run down the corridor, get them to chase us, and then the rest of the party does them up the rear.
Why don't I use the echo to run ahead of them, so
Yeah,
that
use
we
the
can then
echo.
attack them? Yeah.
Did your echo not die, or do you can?
No,
you
I can
what?
respawn it. It's just an action.
But we have the danger then of becoming pincered and fact ourselves. We don't know what else is in that room that will follow.
Mhm.
The best is that we stay here until this danger passes. If it comes this way, at least we have a bottleneck.
Well,
Okay.
my approach is I'm going to, if we stay around the corner, so we can hit them as they come around. I'll move forward part way down with the echo, so that so that I can stop them and give us a chance to prepare. Okay.
As you sort of, you're all sort of making your plans, and you move your echo forward. A draconic creature, sort of. See,
Don't know.
Hiding.
I've put. Um. A robed sort of dragonborn walks out down the corridor and looks to the right and looks directly at your echo lance and says, "My master bids you join him. Some light room. And you're ready." And then starts walking.
Oh, the throne room. We got a similar invite when we first arrived.
I turn to the others and say, apparently we have been invited for refreshments.
Why do I
Not
get
sure
the
if
feeling
that's
we
the-
are the refreshments?
Well, there is that concern, obviously. But the invitation was to join for refreshments.
What if that is the throne room, or we're close?
Well,
I
let's
don't
find
know
out,
what
shall we?
option. I don't know what options we have. He knows there are 6 of us. Should we all go? Should the
Well-
5 of us and your echo go?
Well,
Lance, and you stay outside.
I'm already stood by the doors.
So
Whatever.
the door is, the doors are open. He's not hiding anything.
So what does the echo see then? All right, here we go.
I don't do it that way. I might as well show it now. But you have that.
No, it's the throne room.
We buns, we got this.
Whatever the danger, and I believe it would be great, we're probably better facing it together. If we have time on our side, maybe we rest here for 8 hours and just teleport out.
I think
No, that was 8
if
hours.
we're here to recover Draken's body, we need to make sure that we can recover it.
Who's that dude? Oh, it's Gregor.
Nice.
Is it?
Go home, Gregor.
Arno says,
It's a spy.
I don't think we have any cards left in our hand. We must face this head on, look him in his eye, and if it means our end, then so be it. We can die knowing that we've done everything that we can.
I'm inclined
That's
to agree
true.
with Arno.
What does
This is twice now that this has happened, that we've been invited. A
What
third
does
time
Brother-
we may not have much more graciousness.
Brother Gaddens?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure what he would say.
Say, fuck it. Let's go in.
I'm with the halfling on this one. No, I genuinely don't know what do you guys think he would. What would he say? I think he'd go along the lines of, better together than apart. And if this is what we need to do, then we need to tackle this as one together.
Yeah,
I
he'd
think
wanna
we can't do it
strike headlong
half-assed.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
I don't think there's much need for them in any long faces. Surely not all of us will die today.
Second.
Listen, he could have killed us already. He knows our every move in this place. He's been watching us. That has been clear. Outside of this place, inside of this place. If he wanted us dead, he would have done so already.
I agree. Let's hope they only have good wine.
I'm going. Those of you follow. Or stay.
It's refreshing not to see him so glum.
Tharabol's actually quite sort of raised by Arno's sort of bucket. Yeah, let's do this attitude.
Arno walks through Lance's echo, and in the door that should be open.
Does it not let you through?
No!
Oh, shit.
Oh,
No.
I was gonna say, please describe like you know, like a superhero slow mo walk
Through the
through
door.
the door, and a big light coming in the background. But it's obviously one of those joke ones where somebody's walking
So-
and then they walk straight into
Psych.
the door. It's like,
So Arno sort of walks. Walks under the echo and just straight through. He knows there are Dragonborn around. He doesn't turn. He just walks straight. His eyes on Kiamat, all the way forward until around here, and he doesn't let his eyes off Kiamat. But
Tharabol
he doesn't
follows
say anything.
closely, but just on his shoulder, allowing Arno to sort of lead.
Anybody else going
Hello.
in?
Yeah, I'm guiding.
So you have summoned us. What is it you wish to discuss? Because we do not have much.
Well, it would seem that way, half. Just in case you decide to do anything drastic. He sort of shoots a glance at Tharaval. He says, "You are quite outnumbered in this place." As sort of these red-clad women sort of move forward, and these sort of blasts of it kind of looks like fiery blood sort of coming from their hands as they're sort of waving in them, and you see some more Dragonborn sort of come out across the gallery at the top of the throne. He says, "We should talk. So don't do anything stupid now. Wouldn't want you to get hurt."
You see,
We are here for Draken's body.
Hmm.
No more, no less.
It seems that way. Seems that you've been. It seems that you've been looking for his body for a long time. Fortunately, I have it. And why should I relinquish it to you?
because he had no wish to be with you. You represented everything he did not want to be. You were not successful in life in convincing him that he should join you. So surely, if there's any scrap of honor left in there, you should understand what a mockery you have made in taking him in death.
He sort of he lets out a sort of long laugh, guttural laugh, and says, "Oh, and I am the." Sorry, what is it you said? You called him a. What did you say he was?
Didn't say he was anything.
You said.
I said he was unsuccessful in convincing him to join him in life.
He said something else. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so he laughs and he says, You think me a beast. Think me the enemy. And maybe I am. But I fight for my land. What is it you fight for? And he kind of stands up and he points at you all. What is it you're here for? Why do you fight against the forces of her corruption?
We fight for hope.
I step forward and with the axe in my hand, and I strike its base against the floor and say, I fight for my friends and for the rights of people to make their own choices, not
And
hers.
we fight for justice.
He
For
says,
those who cannot fight for themselves.
He says, Justice, don't make me laugh. Oh, he says, it's Brother Gaddon, by the way, just watching as I travel home. Yeah. You're being very agreeable, by the way, Brother Gaddon. You know, just
haven't made one complaint so far. Just gone along happily enough with everything.
Cantankerous whatsoever. It's been great.
oh, there he
Oh.
is.
Hey!
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And Gaddon's mood has changed.
He's back. He says, you fight for justice. You fight for your friends. You fight for this land. This is my land. You fight for my land. Your people took it from us. This is dragon-born country, and your fledgling races took it from us. I have every right to defend what is ours. You come in here and talk of justice. Where was the justice when you slaughtered my people? Where was the justice when we were packed off into reservations? You make me sick with your hypocritical justice.
You speak as
I laugh loudly and say, "Ha! And yet you were the one who, when we invited Dragonborn off the reservation to try and help them to establish themselves and start a new life away from that, you're the one who decided that your way was better and to come in and to fight them and to try and drag them off because your way had to be the only way.
You
Seems
poisoned
to me
them.
that for someone who is not the enemy and not a beast, you seem to have very little reason and an awful lot of selfishness, possessiveness, anger.
Oh, sorry, I'm moving things around again. There, there. Brother Gaddon, back there. And he says, I am trying to make the Dragonborn great once more in this land. All those of Queen Ember's cowards decided to side with you. I was giving them the option to take this land back. She and her sister, she and my wife, were those who
Exactly.
decided to give in, to not fight against the invader. And what did it happen? What happened but our death, our destruction, and our dishonor? I will bring honor back to our people. As he says that, he sort of kind of bangs his chest, and the guards sort of chant loudly and sort of stamp their sort of spears and their feet.
With the axe in the crook of my arm, I slowly clap.
As he does, Anna says, and so you would rule with an iron fist. You said yourself that you gave your Dragonborn a choice, and some of them chose not to follow. You would carve down your own kind because they don't see this way. You generalize
color
with
is
the
that?
free folk. The free folk you talk about who took everything from the Dragonborn, they are not all the same. There are good men, there are bad men, there are those in between. You cannot associate us all with the same mindset.
He sort of he snorts a little bit of sort of smoke comes out of his nose, and he says, "You are all invaders. This land was ours. It was created for us. That old man tainted it by letting you in. She is here to give us our freedom back and our land. You are the ones who have defiled it."
Your quarrel is with Bahamut, not with us.
You are but his chess pieces. You are but his lackeys. He is too afraid to face her on his own. He uses stooges. He uses my son. He uses you, and what happens the day die? How many of you are left from the original? I have watched you from the beginning, and many have fallen. Many have left. What is it he brings you but death and destruction? I can
Are
give
you not the same? Are you not the same?
I, unlike you, am aware of who I am and what I wish. I do not need to be given I do not have to lie to myself about justice and freedom and my friends. I want my land back. I want the invaders driven to the sea through the portal and away so we can start again.
Tharival steps forward and says, forget about friends. What about family? We fight for family also. You fight for family, and some of your family has died. You spoke of making the Dragonborn great again. The greatest Dragonborn I've ever met is dead, and he is your son.
He doesn't fight for family. His family made a choice he doesn't agree with. He fights to prove them wrong. He fights for selfish reasons, to prove himself right. He takes the side of she who represents destruction and death and corruption because she's promised to give him the power to get what he wants. He's a toddler wanting his Troy train back.
Are the decisions you've made and the loss of your family worth it?
He sort of looks at you quizzically and says, "My son
Made a choice.
showed only strength one time in his life, and that was when he stuck his blade into the Dark Betrayer's chest."
And what then? You eradicate us, these betrayers, from the land to start again. And what then? What about the Dark Betrayer? What about Serembor? You will never get him to fall in line with you. You don't have the power to take him down alone. You will be eradicated yourselves.
He looks at you and says, "This is true. I have many forces. And he says, "I have many forces. You might want to mute yourself.
Jace, mute.
Gavin.
Jace, mute.
Oh,
Jace, mute.
sorry.
We can hear your train announcements.
I know. One second, sorry. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you, please.
He says, I think, the reason I have asked you here is that we have a foe in common. He says he fights for her, and it makes me feel ill that she even gives him the time of day. But the war that is coming needs him to be gone. He is not one of us. He is a test that I will overcome, with or without you. I could use you. You could be useful. But I do not need you. You, on the other hand, need me.
And what do we get in return?
Would you honor your son's dying wish in return?
He looks at you and he says, and dare I ask what you wish to have for a bargaining chip?
You already know.
Why we're here.
Yes, I do. Oh, you want his body. Very sentimental. What if I could give you something else?
I just look him dead in the eye and say, your cold, dead heart in my hand?
Oh, you are so brave. But you know that any alliance will only be finite. And maybe one day that may happen. Or maybe one day your burning corpse will lie below the triumphant dragon horde. Red scale, red scale, red scale. The dragonborn around him starts chanting. He says, I will give you a choice. You can have his body back if you wish, or you can have this one. As he does, this sort of this sort of thing comes up from below, right in front of the.
This better not be what I think it is.
Oh, it better not be what I think it is either.
I'm not sure I want to know.
So he this sort of like out of like this sort of like actually sorry, from one of the things on the side, which you can't technically see because you're at the lower level, but he sort of kind of walks him down. A guard brings Gregor down and pushes him down onto the ground, and says, was quite easy bringing this one here. The abandoned Gregor, always lost, always forgotten. Will you forget him again? He doesn't seem to be worth anything to you. You can have my son's body if you wish, and I will keep a hold of young Gregor. Shh. And he sort of
I manifest an echo, and I hold my dagger to his throat.
Oh, damn it, Gregor.
That is not a choice you have the right to ask us to make.
he sort of looks at you comically, and he says, "You will not leave here, any of you, alive. Your bravery is but folly. He will die, you will all die, this whole thing will die, and you might get a cut off, you might not. So I would suggest you step back before something horrible happens."
Lance, drop it.
I jam the knife the back of the chair by his head, and then dissolve the echo.
Jace, you've got...
Can you mute?
You're written again.
Unmuted.
No, I'll say something, but it's fine. I'll have to.
No, go for it.
Oh,
We-
It's just that we had background noise. If you need to talk,
Yeah,
talk.
I know, I can't control it.
Yeah.
Right. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'll just listen.
I want Jace to say his stuff while he's walking
Yeah.
through a train station in character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping so too.
Here, Jace, you've got the something.
You cannot. You can just.
You can say it, like, it's just,
Just scream. You can't kill him.
just make sure...
What's wrong with that?
Just mute yourself when you're not talking, and then unmute yourself when you're talking.
Well, I can't because you gotta keep interrupting me. So I'm gonna stop. So carry on.
What?
I think the Tannoy keeps on interrupting him.
Ah, right. Okay.
No, he said we keep interrupting him.
Oh shit! Sorry. No, go
There must be some
for
delay.
it.
Right, we'll all shut up. We'll all shut up, Jason. You say your bit, and then you can go back on.
Other garden.
Just let me get to the platform first, and then I can do it. So you got another 5 minutes.
Okay. Another
Alright.
5 minutes. Okay. So he sort of says, the Gregor is sort of looking defiant. He's slightly beat up, and the guard sort of holds out Huthway's bane, and sort of his holding Huthway's bane in his hand.
Arno, who had some doubt if that was really Gregor, that when he sees Huthway's bane, he just drops his head and puts his head in his hand. Stupid boy.
He says, "So I can provide you with this young, the forgotten, or or you can have the empty vessel of my son. Either way, my gift comes at a price."
And so will our choice. I have a counter proposal that is non-negotiable.
He sort of sits back and goes, "Okay, I am listening."
If we enter this bargain with you, if we make this questionable choice, so help us gods, then once the Dark Betrayer has been dealt with, you will face one of ours in one-on-one combat to the death.
His eyes sort of light up, and he sort of stands and says, "Oh, I would love that. I agree. Challenge accepted." The rest of the Dragonborn sort of stomp their spears again. Start chanting red scale, red scale, red scale. So what is it you're choosing to do?
Arno looks to Lance after this, and he nods. And he says, "We now have a chance to grant us one of our wishes." You're on mute, Lance. You're on mute, Mark.
I growl down deep in the base of my chest. I look at Gregor and I say, Gregor, you need to go home. And you need to understand that we want you to be safe so that you can grow into another member of the party that can fight without risking your life being cut off too soon, like so many of those we care about.
Tiamat sort of walks beside Gregor and sort of stoops down towards him and says, I can help you, boy. You want to have strength. You want to have power like your friend. I can give that to you. Stay
Don't
with
listen
me,
to him, Gregor.
and they can have the body of my son back.
I'm gonna roll insight as to try and figure out basically want to sort of figure out what Gregor is thinking, what are his intentions. I basically want I have a fear that he's going to try and do something stupid.
Again,
Yeah. You can see as he's sort of looking down, you can tell he's feigning he's feigning being upset, but you keep on seeing him glancing at Huthway's bane.
And where's Huthway? Is he got Huthway's bane?
Huthway's bane is in the hands of the guard beside him.
Don't do it, Gregor.
Okay.
Don't you
So upon seeing this, Tharval, he's basically ready to make a reaction. He feels that Gregor is going to do something stupid and try. He wants to. He feels that Gregor wants to be the hero. He wants to be a hero, and he wants to, but he's making silly decisions that are going to cost him his life. So it's Tharavel sort of readying just in case that something like that happens.
Okay. Anything from anybody else?
I noticed Tharavel getting sort of like not like prepping his weapons or anything, but like getting ready to react, and I do the same. I can't pick up on what he's picked up on Gregor, but I noticed that something's about to go down, and I should probably be aware.
Tharavel sort of slowly approaches.
Meanwhile, Arno points at Gregor, and he mutters in a whisper, looking down, and he casts a message going straight into Gregor's mind, and he whispers, he says, Gregor, don't do this. You do this, you will die. We will all die, and it will have all been for nothing. Be the man we have encouraged you to be, and that is not the man who does what you are thinking, what you're about to do.
Roll me persuade. Have advantage. Yeah.
29.
Yeah, so you sort of, the glances sort of stop while you're sort of saying stuff into his head. He sort of looks up at you all, looks slightly ashamed, and then sort of looks down at the ground. He doesn't glance at the sword anymore. And so Red Scale sort of says, so what do you say, boy? Should you join me? I can give you power. I can make you a dragon knight. Want to be one, don't you? as he says the word Dragon Knight, Gregor sort of lifts his head slightly, and looks at him, and says, Tribune Valashul was going to make me, or Sir Valashul was going to make me a Dragon Knight, an honourable one. One that was deserved. I refuse to be your puppet, Red Scale. I refuse to be one of your minions. You might as well run me through now, because I will never join you, as he spits a bit of blood on the floor beside him.
Well said, Gregor. Well said.
Gregor, Tiamat sort of shrugs his shoulders, and walks over. The guard who's beside him sort of gives him a punch, basically punches him in the face, and he sort of kind of falls down, sort of more blood sort of kind of pouring from his mouth. And he sits back on his throne and puts his sort of kind of feet up in this sort of kind of stone pedestal, and sort of puts his hands, clasps his hands over his knees. And he says, "So, what is it to be, adventurers?"
What do you want from us?
Excellent. Now we have conversation. Now we have people being reasonable. So, it would seem that this area, this citadel of mine, of my people, has some unwanted guests. I wish you to take them out of the equation. I do not want to risk my own men's lives when I can risk yours. Deal with Huthway and the other minions that the betrayer... Sorry, not the betrayer, he's the betrayer. That the, what are they... It's Black Deceiver, I can't remember. He's got multiple titles, can't remember exactly what his title is. What Therenbor has left here to keep an eye on me. And once you have done this, you may have Gregor back. And I will join you in defeating the usurper.
And what happens then?
Well, after the usurper is gone, then all bets are off. We go back to being adversary. I will, of course, give you time, but when he is gone, to prepare, because I will come for every single one of you, all of your friends, all of your family, everyone who has poisoned this land, and I will eject you from it. Call it a fighting chance.
No, you won't, because afterwards you'll be lying cold and dead in the ground.
I will slit your throat myself before I let that happen.
Oh, he has a lot of talkers, doesn't he? As the rest of the sort of dragons sort of born and the guards beside him start laughing, he says, I can see why he likes to be around you. You talk a good game, but as I remember, you are down 3 members already. 4 indeed. I don't think You have it, what's left to make it to the end. But...
Oh, you have already agreed. Are you not a man of your word?
Oh, I'm not saying we can not be in bed together, halfling. I am just saying, at the end of this, there will not be many, if any of you, to see my reign, more's the pity. This is
See,
my
From
land.
where I'm standing, you're telling me that your ferocious band of Dragonborn are a bunch of pussies that can't take out the leavings of your enemy. So you need to rely on contractors, do the job for them. Are they afraid they might scratch their scales?
He sort of looks. He looks at you and
ruin their
says,
buff?
"You, Warforged, of all should know about the cowardice. Sorry, not the cowardice. About the how war works. Why send your best units in first when you can send cannon fodder in to weaken? If you go in there and you wipe out my enemy's forces, then you will have done me a favor. If you go in there and you all die, you have done me a favor. It's win-win for me. I send my men in, and it is weak. It is but the simple way. It is but the intelligent way. It is but the strategic way to send you in to deal with this. I cannot lose."
I chuckle even louder and turn around, looking each of the Dragonborn and the witches in the eye and say, he doesn't think you're strong enough. He doesn't think that you can do it unless we weaken your foes for him. He's afraid of showing weakness by getting you all killed, because then who would he boast to? Who would adore him and tell him how wonderful he is if he got you all killed because he's afraid of looking weak? And so he outsources, because then if we get killed and we weaken them and you go in and look strong, he's got it cheap, and you'll always know down deep that you couldn't have done it without our help. I turn back to him and I sneer and say,
Roll
"You
me
kidnapped children."
persuasion, but you've got disadvantage.
Tharavel sort of pipes in at the end and says, "Your greatness of the Dragonborn will be nothing but propaganda."
They're
Me persuasion,
Not
not
one.
great.
the witches are just completely immobile and sort of just look at Greg. You these sort of kind of flashing red eyes. The Dragonborn just look ahead. They don't. Says, "Your words mean nothing to us, my men. These children of Freya are my loyal servants and will do anything I tell them. Even if that was to their deaths, they would gladly purge this citadel of the unwanted creatures within it. But I have promised them that you will do it. If you want, young Gregor, that is." As he says that, the guard sort of kicks him again, and Gregor sort of kind of yelps.
I drop the echo behind the guard and I punch him in the kidneys at the back.
Okay, roll me a hit. You can have advantage on it.
I like that.
As this happens, Arno says, "Stop this now. These words are folly. You shall see, and your people shall see, when you finalize our agreement and meet one of us in combat. They will see how weak you truly are, and then what then? Who shall they follow? They will fall into the ashes and the dust.
He sort of he starts walking down to the top of the steps, and he sort of looks at you and says, "This challenge, is it you, young halfling, who would challenge me, or are you to cower behind a champion?"
I will do what I must, but it is not my decision to make.
You're all talk, short man. And he sort of walks back to his throne. Says, "So, enough of this pointless boasting. Are we in agreement, or are we not?"
Tharbal walks to the center of the bottom of the stairs. He sort of looks over his shoulder at the rest, and he turns back to Kiamat and he says, "We have this at accord, but know this. One day, maybe not soon, maybe sometime in the future, one of us will stand eye to eye with you, and the last thing you're going to see is an arrow, a sword, a dagger, or a spell in your face. And you will rue the day you gave us this decision. We are not fodder. We will show your dragonborn we are not fodder. We will be back. And we are coming for you."
He sort of gives you this mock bow and says, "Okay, as you wish. Then progress. When you come back, we will talk more of our plans to defeat our common foe. If come back then."
When?
He sort of shrugs his shoulders. "As you wish, elf."
Tharbal sort of he quietly sort of whispers to Gregor, and Gregor sort of looks up and he says, "It's okay. We'll be back soon. Don't do anything stupid."
Is the guard got back up yet?
The guard. So you smack him right in the kidney. He sort of falls over, and he sort of rounds. After he rounds and sort of like swings at your echo, which obviously gets hit and disappears.
I dispelled the echo just before he hits it, so he falls on it.
Yeah, so he kind of falls over and sort of looks and he sort of gives a look to Kiamat and then sort of angry looks at you as if he's going to do something. But Kiamat sort of just nods and sort of shakes his head and says,
I mockingly grin at him, and I just go,
he says, "I will give you one more gift, as you are to deal with Uthwe, and may need the sword." And he sort of goes towards his guard and sort of takes it off his hand and sort of looks at it and says, "What a dagger to me." But he sort of he just chucks it at Tharavol's feet and says, "Don't say I don't give you it. Goodbye, adventurers. Good luck."
Arno shouts that over and he says, "Not a hair more on Gregor will be touched."
He says he sort of looks at you and he looks at the guard. He says, "He will be treated as if he was my own son. and he sort of gives you this really toothy grin.
Yeah, that's not exactly comforting.
I
But
step over
yeah,
toe to toe with him, and I look him in the eye and I say, "For every bruise, I will rip a handful of those scales from your hide when we get back."
I would like to cast.
Fireball.
I would like to cast Healing Word on Gregor at 5th level.
Okay, so you can.
Just before I leave, I say, "Be safe, Gregor." And I roll, and he heals. What the fuck?
11.
11. 11 on a 5d4 plus 5. Oh
One
my
one
god.
with 1 1 2 1
What the
1
hell?
plus 5.
What the hell?
Like, you see this sort of kind of mashed up face, and the blood that was coming out of his nose kind of goes doop, and that's it, sort of disappears slightly.
Oh god.
It
that
sort of
has to
looks
be-
like he's
that's
straight there
almost
going,
the worst.
That's shocking.
It's
That's
healing
the
As
word.
worst
your
feeling
wisdom
ever.
throws.
That's
Yeah.
not my
At least-
healing's word. That's
At
my
least it
fishing.
wasn't fireball damage.
as you
Basically equivalent of walked up to him and gone, like, smudged it with your finger and gone,
Yeah,
there you go.
there you go.
What's that
Hey,
say?
Gregor. There you go. Ooh.
What was that say? Next time, let
Bless him.
was that somebody put into the chat? Next time, somebody put into the chat.
What did they say?
I think it said next time let the healer do the healing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, controlling garden as well. Thank you, viewer.
As you're sort of like one of the witches, sort of kind of you see her sort of shake her head and sort of smirk at your attempt, and sort of yeah. So that's it. Gregor's there. Where are you going?
Arno, before they turn, sorry, Arno will just say, "And call off your dragons in that nest."
Oh,
And he walks off.
he sort of he says, "I would. That's one more thing. I would be very careful of the dragons in there. The Dread. That is his mate. Those are his children. Should they be harmed, then maybe I can't tell you what he may do."
Do we need to pass through there?
He gives you a okay. He says he will get the mother to leave with actually no. All right, okay, yeah, fine. He'll say he'll try and get them out of the room for you, so you can enter that room.
There is no try, only do.
And he sort of says, "Yes, but just be careful. Do anything to even one of those pups, and well, which I can do. The mother's love is a mother's love, and the father's wrath is endless."
Then you'd better look after them, hadn't you?
Arno says, "Enough of this. Let's go."
Tharavel picks up Huthway's Bane and he sort of looks at it with a bit of awe, and then he sort of like swings it about a bit, sort of doing some tricks, and then hands it over to Lance. Bit too heavy for me.
Another one for the backpack.
Okay.
I strap it in place.
Are you? How are you going? Are you going west? Are you going north? What are you doing?
Tharavel looks at Tiamat and sort of goes,
He points north.
straight off. Maybe they're
Oh,
discussing it.
that's a good question. Do we see Holy Avenger on Gregor?
Does he have both of them?
I thought
That-
No, I think Valashil has Holy Avenger. He gave him.
Alistair still has Holy
yeah.
Avenger. He took it with him.
There you go, Gadden. You're at question. Oh, no. Brother Gadden is being very vocal.
Did you want to open the door if you wanted to go north? By the way.
He says Valashil gave it to Gadden.
Well, no, he gave him. He gave him. He
Ah.
gave him. Huthway's
Gadden
Bane.
gave it to Gregor.
And that's
Yeah.
Huthway's
Oh,
Bane gave him
yeah.
to Gregor. Yeah.
Huthway's Bane. There you go, Gadden.
But again, the northbound corridor seems to be closed.
It should be open.
Uh-huh.
Some WD-40 for these locks.
There is technically you're meant to go another, but it would take you ages to sort of get round and all that. So I'm going to open these doors for you and stuff instead of, because each one of these has a corresponding thing, but you'd have to go all the way around. It was meant to be so if you go through the dragons thing, you get all those keys and then bap this way, but it's going to be a map. Get in the app.
Instead, we just killed a bunch of stuff and you said, fuck it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go around this way. Okay, so knock that out of the way. And we will knock that out of the way. Right. Okay. All right. So where he's going?
Gadden
I
is
go
very
to the north.
persistent.
There.
Right, what's he saying?
Well,
He's saying that it's fine. It's fine. He's saying that they didn't take Huthway's Bane.
Did I'm pretty. He did. Huthway's Bane was given to.
He mentioned episode 95.
So it's
I'm only seeing the pop-ups
Holy
come up
Avenger.
on the bottom right.
Who had Huthway's Bane? Who
Switch the swords.
had Huthway's Bane?
He says check my inventory.
So who had Huthway's Bane? Did you take it, Lance? Did you take Huthway's Bane? Ah, Lance, did you have Huthway's Bane?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
It's
we're
not in my-
gonna
my
retcon.
ring.
Well, we're gonna retcon it. We're gonna retcon it anyway. Gregor had Huthway's Bane. he's giving it back.
Has
There
been
you go.
decided.
Retcon. There you go.
That should be 2.4.
Yeah. Doodaloo, doodaloo. Yeah. Retcon.
Barty will linger slightly in the throne room, just taking in some of the finer details of the room, and he'll get a really good look at Tiamat and a really good look at these witches. And he just sort of like smiles a little and leaves.
Yeah, as Tharavol's walking out, he sort of looks at the witches and is like, "Call me."
One of them
Sarah
puts her
was
hand.
walking up the corridor
Beep,
and
beep,
muttering
beep,
her
beep.
to herself, going, "I want to."
What
stab
do we
him.
What do we see
Stab
up
him."
that corridor? I'm waiting to act before I see.
Okay.
Tharavol's not used to this being at the back.
Sarah will get up the front.
Well, since someone wants to hang around and flirt,
There is a door to the north and a corridor to the right.
as I stride towards it, angrily stomping with the axe in my hand, I simply walk through the door.
Oh god, no perception rolls. God.
And
Boom.
Arno joins him. And
Yeah, nothing.
are you stopping there? Oh.
Nothing happens.
Well, I can't see what's going. I can't see, so I don't know where to go
Oh,
left
yeah.
or right.
Oh,
at the
right,
moment.
sorry. Yeah.
The entire time, Saren is muttering angrily under her breath, "I want to stab him. I want to stab him in the face."
Arno walks over to this corner and sort of slumps to the floor, and he punches the wall hard, and his fist starts bleeding.
Don't do
And
that. Oh
he
no.
turns to Gadden and he says, "You had nothing at all to say?" Gadden said,
You're so quiet
says,
today, Callan.
this
I don't understand what's wrong with
you.
you today, Gannon.
This dialogue was not my place. I told you before. But in my experience, when you make deals with the devil, you never win.
Right. That's a very
That is a very Gannon.
very Gadden thing to do. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
10 Gaddens out of 10.
Arno shakes his hand. And, yeah. And,
Darvel.
yeah.
Darvel looks at Arno's bleeding fist, and he sort of says, "Are you going to heal that, or should somebody else do it?"
Ooh. Healer burn.
Oh, medic!
You didn't know I cast that at 5th level. You can assume I cast that at 1st level. That would have been max healing, 1st level.
Okay, sorry, I'll retract my meta.
I stare at your fist, and I turn around and I hit the wall with a boom and say, "If you're going to do it properly." And then I
All
turn-
right, enough of this of seeing who's got a bigger wood than the other.
And then I turn to Darren and say, "You're welcome to stab him in the face when his head stops rolling and lands at your feet."
You're no fun.
That
Simply
is not
turn
what-
around and walk back into the room.
Yeah, but then it's one-on-one, and it's not as easy. Even though I have got the hidden blades, it's still not as easy.
And just
I'll
take
probably be
deep
dead
breaths.
before I jump on him.
So, Matt, what is in this east corridor? What are these these 4 things, 2 on either side? Are they just
They are
Archives?
they are
sarcophagus?
Sarcophagi.
yeah, sarcophagus, sort of
Sarcophagi.
coffins. They are sort of coffins.
So,
Check for Draken's body inside, anyone? Oh, no,
Receiving.
You know that you bear in mind you got a description of where he was, his body was.
Yeah. It was just a joke.
Yeah, there's nothing of any note in the from what you can see in the sort of near vicinity.
I walk up to the northern door and listen to see if I can hear anything behind it.
Nothing.
Darvel, what's down there?
I will have a looky.
You
Oh, that's okay.
you hear sort of you hear this sort of kind of sound like it's like something sort of like being jetted out.
What do you mean jetted out?
Like it's hard to explain. Like the door's open. Just open the door and I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay.
It would have
Okay.
been.
Yeah,
Darvel opens the door.
It would have been
Is that a
locked.
shield guardian?
It would have been locked, but it's you're going the opposite way around. So, you sort of as you sort of open the door, the 2 statues to your left and to your right start shooting flame out, at intervals.
So not a sneaky fart then.
There's a room like this very similar in what's it called? Baldur's Gate 3.
I've not got to that. Oh, we only played a little. Like, this
No,
is-
we definitely did this bit because I kept on dying in it. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
and there was, but then I think the ground was lava and parts of the ground were lava and stuff like that. And there's like little
I completely
pressure pads.
I completely ripped off the what's it called? The what are they called? The mind flayer parts. Well, no.
Yeah.
The side quest was meant to be a rip off of that, which turned into a major quest point. But yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so we have great balls of fire, and I'm going to ease the door open that I'm stood by.
There. you go. And the door that is in front of you, Lance, is stiff. It won't open. There is a keyhole, and it has a green sort of it has like a green hue.
I look back to the others and say, "Do we have a green key?"
Oh, we do. Yes.
You don't
Aha!
have, no, it's sort of like a, sorry, it's not a green, it's like a
It's
scion.
teal, isn't it?
It's like a scion green.
Oh, yeah.
Cyan.
Motherfucker.
Sorry,
Do we have a blue
I've only got a certain amount of colours in the things.
Alright.
Okay, we have a green
no.
key. Do we have a blue-green key?
Blue-green key.
We could.
Oh,
The
no,
room
so
you
it's
have
Tharival.
that
Like
Tharival's
completely
looking
green,
at,
yeah.
there is sort of it looks like a sort of a room, an offering room. There are sort of chests to the left and to the right, where these flaming things are shooting.
How high are the flames? Off
Yeah.
the ground?
What were you perceiving?
Traps in the room.
The room's empty. You're very sure of that.
I should have said I was perceiving if there are flames in the room. No, definitely not. Definitely no flames.
No flames
I
at
Didn't think,
all.
really.
I
Okay.
stomp over behind Tharival, grab his shoulder, and then close my eyes as I move the echo forward into the room.
I don't know.
Oh dear.
I don't know.
I think that's going to have to be a roll off because Tharival's about to fucking dander on in, being confident as fucking.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Roll me.
That's
So basically,
You were at the other door, so it would have taken you a good 12 seconds to walk over.
Yeah, he's walking in. I'd say he's walking in.
Yeah.
okay, let's go
Kentucky
to
Fried Tharival.
here.
Kentucky Fried Tharival. Crispy.
This is a bit small for a wing. Sorry. More of a nugget.
Yeah, nothing happens as you stand there.
So are these flames sort of like jetting out either side as I'm there?
Yeah, so they're jetting out at sort of intervals. I think you probably with your your sort of crit fail perception think you've gauged the timing.
I do, however,
You're like, I can totally do this, and you're like, you're doing this thing where you're getting low and you're putting your hands and you're sort of kind of moving back and forth.
so basically, I'm doing the rock.
Yeah, you're doing the rock
Sean
thing.
Connery.
Yeah, you're Sean
feeling
Connerying
it.
But
Where
he
did you
shakes
dig
his
up this
head.
guy?
Oh,
Bart is shaking his head and rolling his eyes at this, and you can just see
I
how
was-
it's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
just looking at it
I would just use my shadow thing, but yeah, okay.
Oh, Shadow Finger.
But there's a
No,
lot
I
of
use my shadow stock thing, which basically means I can jump between
Ah, do
without
it.
having to go through the flames. But yeah, I think the perception roll needs to be taken
embraced.
advantage of. So
Yeah.
yes, it's only fair.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
so yeah,
Okay,
So-
so you do it. Give me a dexterity at disadvantage.
Brother Gadden face palms. Shut up. Dexterity at. Is
Disadvantage.
it going to be dexterity or acrobatics or?
They're all with the acrobatics is part of is dexterity, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
but-
is,
There's
Well,
a
yeah,
there's a dexterity
yeah.
save, or there's acrobatics, which is me actually like sort of trying to do
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
dive.
Okay. Yeah. Go on. With the disadvantage, you can have a disadvantage. But there's going to be. I'm going to put a minus because of your crit fail. I'm also going to do a -3 on top of it.
Okey-doke.
Oh yeah, baby.
You take your -3 all day, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you sort of You
This
get
has only made him more confident he can do it again, though.
yeah, yeah. So you sort of slide through. You know, you
It's gonna
get
be the death of us, horrible.
a bit of sort of a bit singed, but not singed at all because you got quite a high one. You sort of get across and you're like, yep, you're super confident. And there's the box, the chest to your left. So you're about
To the
there.
left. Okay, so first of all, he takes out his rapier and he stabs it into the top of the box.
Nothing happens.
Okay. He opens it. Or tries to open it.
You open the box and lying inside of it, it's a small box, sort of like a jewelry box, is a key with a sort of cyan colored opal type. What's it called?
Green.
Yeah, blue green. Sort of,
Turquoise.
yeah, turquoise. That's it. Some turquoise on it.
Just back up to turquoise.
Yeah, let's do turquoise. Yeah, turquoise.
Okay, so he picks up the key, sort of very confident, and sort of turns around and looks at everybody at the door as in between flames, like. And he puts it in his pocket, and then he sort of goes to make a dash back through.
Yeah, same again.
Um,
Disadvantage -3.
Oh, not one.
It was mine to
Barty has seen this happen
Oh,
earlier.
Has he?
Oh.
Has he seen this happen?
He'll
He
turn,
is at the
he'll
door,
turn that one
actually.
into a 13.
Radgadden raucously laughs.
Okay. Roll me. Actually, I'm just gonna roll some.
Wait, no, it'll be 13 plus 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 18 now.
18
Yeah.
now. Boo.
1d20 plus 5.
Oh no, plus 10,
Yeah.
so 28.
Plus
It's
10.
28.
28, yeah.
Okay. Give me.
So 25 with the minus.
So how does that play out?
What's this? Sorry.
He's
It's my
given you his
divination
portent
dice.
die
So
and manipulated
Any,
you on that one.
some important dice. So
Ah.
I've rolled them at the start of the day, and then any creature that I can see, I can swap out their die results with one of the.
How many have you
results
got
that I've
left,
there.
by the way? I'm
I've
sure.
got one more left, and I was saving it for Kiamat, but I'll find another use for it.
Okay. You sort of get this sort of flash in your head of you literally walking in front of this thing, going, "Oh shit!" as you've mistimed it, as this thing shoots towards you, and then you sort of close your eyes and you open them again, and you're actually on the other side of the flame, and you're like, whew. All right.
The
Okay, is
confidence
that-
to do
is-
it on the other side.
Is that sort of wised up my perception a little bit, so I'm not as cocky, or am I?
You're well, no, because you can argue against me if you wish. Your crit fail basically says there's no traps in this room, and 2, you're 100% sure about the timings, and as you have successfully got back and forward through these, then you're going to carry on as normal. I don't think you're going to think any different.
I agree with DM on this one.
I
say,
actually do as well because it's quite funny. Okay, so Tharavel now he is in the middle of the room. He sort of he looks at the group sort of standing at the door with their eyes kind of glazed, like, "What are you doing?" But he's just like, it's kind of like a show, so he starts to kind of like moonwalking over toward like towards the next one, and then he sort of dives through the next flame.
Okay,
Or tries to.
same again, -3.
Oh god, we're gonna end up
Disadvantage
with Christy
-3.
Fireball, aren't we?
He spams again. Oh my god!
On your own now, kid.
Crit failed in 4 dice rolls.
All right, so you're super cocky. You're super cocky, and you're sort of kind of moonwalking into the point because you realize you can time this perfectly, and you can moonwalk past the flames as you're going through it, and then you get to it, and then you go, oh shit, as this flame just sort of hits you and sets you aflame. You take.
God damn it, terrible.
What would
Stupid boy.
What would you say is a reasonable amount of fire damage for being hit straight on a crit?
Correctly.
You can't say that because
4 or 5,
Yeah.
5 d8 maybe.
no, that's bollocks. It's like a massive dungeon. It's got to be like fireball.
Right, hold on, okay.
It's clearly.
I'm gonna roll 2d20 and then we'll see.
Put it this way. The way I see it is,
2d20.
at least we're not in combat, so I can still heal.
I would. Matt, if this was me, I would.
It's basically whatever damage, unless it kills me outright.
Oh, I'm not gonna think.
Matt, I would do 2d8 for something like this, but that's just me.
I'm going to do 3 because it's a crit.
3, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go.
3d8.
Yeah, go.
So you take 11 fire damage and you're on fire. So
That's a scratch.
unless you put it out, what are you wearing? Your cloak.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Your cloak
Yeah.
is on.
Michael's face.
Your cloak is now yeah. So you're on fire. Your cloak's on fire.
Am I on the opposite side of the flame, or
You're
am
on
I
the
just
opposite.
standing?
You're on the opposite side of the thing. Your cloak's on fire. Yeah. You're gonna start taking more damage. You take 11 damage. You're gonna take more damage if it doesn't get put out soon.
Arno runs into the room and casts prestidigitation and puts the fire out on Fireball. What are you doing?
You're on fire, fireball, and he's like, yeah.
Save me, Buddha! Save me, Tom Cruise!
I'm on fire.
I'm on fire! Your cloak's destroyed. Your cloak's destroyed.
You were looking for a reason to kill that cloak, weren't you? You knew you were like it's.
You moonwalked
So-
you moonwalked
But
into fire.
Wait. This is. Keep in mind, this is a magical cloak, and magical items do not take damage as normal ones. They
Yeah,
really don't.
I disagree with this. I think you've known from the you haven't looked at an item well enough. You've allowed me to buy it despite upping the price, and you're basically like, I need to get rid of this thing because it's too fucking strong.
But like rules lawyering here, like magical items do not take damage like this. If you wanted to play by the rules of the game, I'd say sort it out a different way.
You're a bunch of nerds.
So-
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but then like you look at like
The thing was that I was
or whatever, and it's like, but they're still not indestructible. Like
like the
He-
thing
okay,
is like I
I'll-
know
I'll-
I know
I'm
you'd
gonna
said
call this
I know you'd said about you were probably gonna have to like nerf it a bit, and I was just like, well, you can't really do that because I've already bought it and you've told me what it does, and I've bought it because of what it does.
That's true.
So this actually gives you a good sort of reason to go, right, well,
Okay,
it's
I'll say
damaged,
it's
and therefore-
I will say it's damaged, and then I will give you that. All right, fine. It is damaged. And
Acceptable.
well, think about it. Think about it I'm probably not going to use it for the minute, but you're probably best to look at actually what it does and nerf it a bit.
okay, fine. I will do
I'd
that.
maybe say take the reaction. There's a thing where you can put the cloak up and it gives you +5 to your AC. Or
Yeah,
something
okay,
like that
fine.
too.
Yeah, we'll just modify it.
Just roll
modify it.
against the number of abilities it's got. So if it's got 4 abilities, roll a d4 and.
Not up,
One
Lucky.
down, so.
Goddamn.
Hey, I'm just a quick. I'm just trying to find the quickest way of getting everyone to an agreement.
I wasn't. To be honest, the intent was it was only when you walk through the fire that I went. That's a possibility. So it was just.
All right, let's continue it and continue.
Okay, right. So we will use that. Okay. Yeah. So there's another box. You are no longer on fire. There's another box.
Thank you. I still have to get back again. I might just stay here.
Now
okay,
now
so-
Arno's here. Can now I'm next to the statue. Can I inspect it if there's like a shut off mechanism?
Yep. Roll. Roll me investigation.
No. 11.
Nope. You don't see anything.
Garden says, "Can he help?"
Is it safe to say that everybody's out of ideas?
What does Garden want to do?
I think basically
I have.
he's saying he's would have run into the room ages ago, but basically I think he wants to have an advantage roll for the investigation.
Okay, roll me another one then.
Another one. Okay. Yeah.
It's all right, Gadden, I got you.
Hey.
No. What was Brother Gadden say when he's helping you investigate?
Sent a sticker. What does Gadden say? He's actually been really fast at typing here and just sitting watching his little pop-ups pop up the bottom. Let's look with our eyes.
Let's look with our eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't see any. You can't see any mechanism.
Okay. Well, now if there was something there that did turn it off, I don't feel so stupid. Okay, so Tharaval opens the chest without stabbing it this time.
Okay, you open the chest and it's empty.
Okay, Tharaval
Well, that
slams
was
the
actually
chest
really
closed
good.
and then kicks it.
Anna
because he's annoyed.
will shout, Tharival, can you move the chest? Maybe put it in front of these flames to allow you passage through.
So you want me to use strength, which is not.
They're not massive. They're like jewelry boxes. They're very small.
okay, so
little jewelry boxes.
Barty starts muttering and waving his hands a little bit, and a massive wall of stone starts constructing itself out of the floor in front of the two fire blowers, and it's going to start like here and then end here. So there's a 5-foot gap at each side, and it should block the flames, and everyone can just walk around quite easily if they want to. Once we've all gone inside.
Okay. Tharabal's gonna moonwalk.
Did you kick? What were you saying about you kicking the?
Yeah, I kicked the box because I was annoyed because it was empty.
As you kick the box and it falls off the table, the opposite flames stop.
I walk over to the other jewelry box and pick it up and lob it at the wall beside rather Tharival.
Yeah, the both of the flames stop.
Fucking hate this game.
Tharival, if you'd only waited, I could have cast that moments ago, but you were too quick.
Your impatience is going to get you crispy, Farival.
Again.
I'm thoroughly
Again.
well done.
Have you taken your
Again.
damage, by the way?
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a healing potion. What do I got? Screaming rock. Oh, I forgot about my screaming rock.
Yes.
Is it, well,
Screaming Vox.
Anna will
Can't believe
say,
it's not been used yet.
is this perhaps a good time and place to rest before continuing?
In the fire room.
It's warm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we'll be
nearly
warm.
it's nearly 11 o'clock as well. So do you just want to sort
Yes.
of leave that then?
Probably.
Yes,
I would like
I'm going
that.
to take
Good rest,
a healing potion, but I can't remember. That's what I've got.
But I was suggesting a rest because then you could say.
Oh, yeah.
You could hit a hit dice instead.
Yeah.
And Gadden can too, and I can recover a spell slot.
I could
use the
I
hit
could
dice
cast
before.
Tiny Hut and we could just stay here for the night, and then teleport out in the morning.
We kind of have something to be doing.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
you kind of need to do things sooner rather than later. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say let's take a brief,
Rest.
rest and
Everybody
heal
rest.
up.
I'll keep an eye
and
on
continue.
things. And we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay, so can we
Okay.
So we're doing a short rest then, yeah?
short rest? Yeah.
All right. Cool. Nice one. That was very enjoyable. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well RP'd all.
What a session Monday!
There you go. Session 100 done. Boosh, 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 boosh.
Oh, sorry, what happens with a short rest? I know there's a wee button you can click, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
seem to
you expend hit dice.
Heal.
So if I just do a hit dice then, and
I would use more than one hit dice.
well, there's one.
Yeah.
You have to
You
to
can do them one at a
decide.
time, though. So
I thought you have to decide how many you're using before the short rest.
Oh, I don't, because
No.
I don't think we've ever done this before. So
Now, you've not been in anything sort of long enough to be in a.
I'll use the 2. That's fine.
Yeah, that's good enough. I assume Gadden will want to use some hit dice. Jay.
He is.
Yeah, I will. I'll use 3.
Okay, I'll let you
Can
do
you
that
hear
because
me?
I think yeah we can. I think
Yeah.
we'll quit here though, so I'll let you do that on your character.
yeah, Conrad, you can
Okay,
choose
okay,
to
then.
expend
Yeah, I'll do
the
later.
hit dice after each roll. You don't have to decide
Okay.
beforehand. Yeah, it might
Yeah.
might be like a house rule for some people, just to make it a bit harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't make much difference.
Nice. Right. Well,
Yay!
guys, that was mucho fun. Really good. Great session 100. Congratulations. So for tonight,
Half of it.
I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Conrad as Arnold Jerkle.
And Brother Gadden. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Michael as Tharavel Eldon.
Moonwalk.
Jace as the train announcer. Lecky,
Please make it to platform 5.
I hope you rated my accent okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna look for watch the recording.
Yeah. You have to see what happened.
Lecky as Bartholomew Pringle.
Cheerio.
Mark as Lance.
Much pathos, much wow.
And Vic as Seren Sanguine.
Mi dispiace, non lo so.
Night, everybody. Bye.
Gadden Gregor!